Okay. So, you guys reach out to Julian. You need his help gaining access to his father's penthouse. Julian takes 8 hours to get back to the two of you. When he finally does respond to your request, he's very kind of put out by the request. He's just like, fine, we'll meet you there shortly. Make your way to Australia. So, as you guys have stated, you made your way to the Transmat terminal. You get, bounced around a few different satellites until you're finally rematerialized within Australia. You're only a few blocks away from Chikar Bell's penthouse. Julian gave you a very specific time in which to be there. You were there at that allotted time. However, Julian didn't show up for another 4 hours. So he basically leaves the two of you standing outside the perimeter for an additional 4 hours before him and his goons show up. This would, by the way, be an opportunity now for you guys to do further investigating while you wait for Julian to show up. So I don't know if you want to comb this paper agenda some more, if someone wants to look into Digicom a little more, but this is an opportunity for you to do that while you're waiting for Julian to show.
Sure, I'll look through the agenda.
Okay.
Yeah.
So
Mavis had her pass. It's my turn.
Yeah. So you don't find anything of any importance in the agenda, Edward, other than what Mavis brought your attention to. Mavis can explain to you if she'd like that, that number written underneath Digicom is absolutely a corp account number.
Yeah, and for that we need access to the suite where we can...
We need a data jack.
Yeah, exactly. So we can't really look into it until...
So the next logical question is, where is the nearest data jack?
So, I'm gonna...
Or where is Julian and why is he so late?
I'm gonna compel an aspect against you, Edward. You have a smart link listed as one of your aspects. We are going to say that smart link is a portable data jack. It would allow you to jack.
I have Wi-Fi!
Yeah, basically.
Built-in Wi-Fi? Like on your person? Nice.
Yeah, I mean...
I have
my own hotspot.
So basically, yeah, I mean, we're just going to say that if you want to do the investigating right now, you can. That smart link will allow you to jack it.
Okay.
Ooh, okay.
So you can take the fate point, because I am going to compel that aspect now for you to jump on that.
Sure, I'll eat it.
Okay, no, you're not eating it, you're getting it. So I'm compelling the aspects. So
yeah, the question is from which end. Right. Question is which end I'm getting it from. All right.
All right. So
okay.
You're gonna jack in through your smart link.
Okay.
Okay.
And like hack some poor schmo's router. That way I don't get dinged for myself. But
Pretty much.
Okay. So hop around. All right. So investigate that. First investigate. Because follow the money, right? So investigate the bank account number. See whose name's attached to it. Start following the trail.
Okay, so here's the first thing. Okay, Digicom's security is rather top-notch. After all, they are digital security specialists. So you are going to. I'm
going to check the bank. See what this account, who this account is tied to.
Okay. So you're not going after the corp. You're trying to track the account number down.
Yes. Which bank? The account holder, that kind of stuff.
Okay, that's fine.
And activities. Okay. So withdrawals, money transfers, that kind of stuff. We need.
Okay.
if we're following the money.
Fair enough. Okay, so here's what I'm going to have you do. I want you to give me a... Give me 1 second. I just want to confirm which one we're going to use here. I want you to give me a careful roll, please.
Careful is 1. However, I have a +2 to cleverly obtaining secure information.
Okay. So,
That you passed me.
Yep. So we'll use the clever then. You use the clever and give me a clever roll, please.
Okay.
So this is
Roll is +0. My clever is 2 +2 for cleverly obtaining secure information.
Okay. So.
And I have hack that, if I can slap that on top, to carefully overcome security systems.
No, we're gonna say you.
Okay.
We're gonna say you had no problem getting in. Okay.
Okay.
But obtaining the information is going to be a little more challenging. So.
Always.
So, you got into the bank. You know, the first thought that I would say crosses your mind is, with such lax security, why do they even try? Okay. You got into the bank. You were able to find the account number, and I'm going to tell you that you also discovered that the account number was actually an Ally Corp account. Okay?
Okay.
So the account belongs to Samantha Bell's company. Now, what you cannot determine, although you do see the money, you know, a very sizable amount of money left that bank account, you are unable to determine where the money went, where it left, after it left that bank account. All you can see is that the money left the account, and then it's like it disappeared into a black hole. It just gone.
Normally there's a transit number for any type of transfer.
Yes, and you did not find it. What you did do, however, is you got caught snooping around the bank. As you were trying to determine where the money went, you are being attacked by a sentry program that was guarding that information. So, we are gonna have you take on a internal sentry program. Give me a forceful roll, please.
Okay. Can I throw on hack that to +2 carefully overcome security systems?
So I'll give you the choice, okay? You can either use that stunt, but I would almost say that stunt is more intended to not trigger security systems, okay? Because you're already being attacked by the security system. I would think it would be more of a forceful roll, because now you have to defend yourself against the sentry program.
Okay. Well, forceful.
Yep, give me a forceful roll.
Forceful +2. So forceful is 2 + 2 to get a 4.
Okay. Alright, so the good news is you didn't take any damage from this sentry program. The bad news is that this sentry program is pretty damn aggressive. So it's still coming at you. Neither one of you, neither you nor the sentry program, have inflicted any damage at this point on each other. Keep in mind that, you know, most sentry programs, especially ones used by corporations and banks, are designed specifically to destroy a hacker's synaptic pathways.
Yay!
Give me another forceful roll.
2 + 2, 4.
Okay. Perfect. The sentry program has taken some damage. Is showing signs of breaking down. Give me another forceful roll, please.
Another +2, forceful. So 4.
Okay. Good news and bad news. The good news is you've destroyed the Sentry program. The bad news is in destroying the Sentry program, it also destroyed access to any further information related to where that money went. The one thing that you were able to get a quick glimpse of before being ejected from the bank is the first 4 letters of a name, Digi, and then you got kicked out. So, you are now back in the reel and standing in front of the dwelling of Chakar Bell, waiting for Julian and his folks to arrive. So, I don't know, do you want to share this information with your compatriot?
Yep. Okay. Just got booted. You know, I mean, you obviously heard everything already, so you know I'm not gonna have to repeat it. But yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. So if they were siphoning money out of, you know, our employers, were they siphoning it, or was someone sending it to them? That's the fun question. Right.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, I mean,
It's a fair question.
you know. So do you want to try and hack Digicom?
That would be the most logical choice or next step.
Over
We didn't really
Wi-Fi.
get a lot
Let's
of
think about this here. We're trying to hack a major corp
Okay, but hold on.
over
No,
Wi-Fi.
we're about to go into the penthouse.
Let's
Maybe
try the
just
hack.
tight
Let's see
until-
what we can do.
Well, okay, it's up to you. You're the hacker, so you
Well, no, I'm not the hacker. I'm the muscle.
All right, so
Well,
It
muscle
tells you just
hacker.
how screwed up the situation is.
so are you guys
That's
gonna
okay.
try?
I'm just waiting to steal something.
Are you
Sorry.
guys going to try and remotely access Digicom?
Yeah, why not?
Okay, so
Yeah, we're waiting. Nothing else
all
to
right,
do.
so Edward,
We got 3 hours to kill.
all right, so Edward, you're jacking back in.
Yeah.
Okay, I'm gonna ask you to give me a careful roll, please.
Careful, 1 plus 3. I got a 4.
Perfect. You have no problem sneaking in and bringing down Digicom's firewall. Experts in cybersecurity, my ass.
Password? Password!
1, 2, 3, 4, 5.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5.
That's the password. That's my combination for my luggage. Okay.
Yep.
So, anyways, you get into Digicom. Now, Digicom's servers are much larger than that of your typical bank. You're gonna have to do a lot of hunting around.
That's why you create programs to filter and search.
Are we saying that those are programs that are pre-installed on your SmartLink?
Sure.
Okay, so that's
Because you have to find stuff, right? You know, the internet is just a smorgasbord of a mess,
okay,
right?
So that's fine. So we're gonna say you're invoking an aspect. That's gonna cost you a fate point.
Sure.
Okay, so you invoke an aspect. Your Smart Link has several sniffer programs installed, you know, that will go out and do most of the work for you. We're going to say that it takes these programs about 15 or 20 minutes to come back with...
How big are these servers?
They're pretty large. I mean, Digicom is a global corporation with offices all over the world. Okay, so these programs take about 15 or 20 minutes to come back to you with information. When they do come back, they only come back with 2 things that stand out to you. The first thing that comes back is Digicom Central Office, Seattle, Washington. The second thing that comes back is level 7. That's it. And the only reason they come back is those two pieces of information were flagged with the LICOM account number that you have previously discovered. So I'll tell you now, that's all you're going to find on the Digicom server at this time. So,
Okay, looks like we go to Seattle.
so while you are doing this, as you
Hold on, we can't go to Seattle when supposedly Julian is on his way to let us into this
I know,
penthouse.
but we obviously have to wait until Julian, until Julie gets here and opens the door for us. I mean,
that's okay, because while you are doing this, as you jack back out of Digicom's server, Julian pulls up in his ride. Okay.
Finally.
Julian gets out of the car. Again, he's flanked by two security guards. These security guards look like they have definitely seeing a lot of action, and that they were hired by Ally Corp, not so much for their brains as much as for their muscles and their ability to handle themselves. When Julian gets out of the car, Julian is wearing a pair of gray casual pants. He is wearing a very expensive looking shirt, a black dress shirt, sleeves rolled up, shirt half unbuttoned down the front of him, revealing what he thinks everyone wants to see. He's got very expensive looking sunglasses on. He gets out, takes the sunglasses off, tosses them into the car, slams the door, looks at the two of you and says, just what I needed. Two amateurs wasting my time and my corporation's money. So, obviously the two of you think that
technically you're the one who kept us waiting, and at $10,000 per hour for each of us, that would be $80,000. And we're counting. You're the one who's kept us waiting. So
don't get smart with me, Black. I know all about you and how important you think you are. My sister is wasting my corporation's money employing the two of you, and frankly, I think we should just sell you for the spare parts that you represent.
Want to try?
Don't even attempt. So shut your mouth and let's get this over with. And with that, him and his two guards walk by you and lead you into the building that will ultimately take you up to his father's penthouse.
Wonderful. Now we can get the evidence that Julian was the one who killed his father. Let's do it.
So as you get into the penthouse,
the pushback.
You open up two doors, walk into this really lavishly furnished penthouse. Okay. As you walk in, off to one side of you is a hallway that leads to a series of bedrooms. On the other side of you is a kitchen and dining area. In the middle of the penthouse, there is what appears to be a very finely furnished sitting area. Now, at the far end of that sitting area is a very expensive, old-looking wooden desk. Behind that desk is a very large monitor, we'll say 65, 70-inch monitor, okay, that has been recently cleaned, okay. At the desk you see a high back leather chair, a very well
hold on, sorry, how recently was that monitor cleaned?
Within the last 2 weeks. When they found Chakar Bell dead, they found his brains all over the monitor. So, scrub, clean, okay? Wax on, wax off. That's
wax
the only,
off.
Yeah, that's the only way I can say it, okay? So behind the desk is a very expensive looking leather chair. The desk itself is very neat and organized. really the only thing you see on the desk from where you're standing right now is what appears to be two pictures, one on each corner of the desk facing in towards the chair. Okay? Now, obviously, because those pictures are facing away from you at this point, you can't see what those pictures are. Parallel to the desk, so if the desk is here and we're talking on the wall opposite the desk, you see what appears to be a fully stocked bar. Okay? In the center of that bar, there is also a sword rack. Sitting on that rack is a katana and a wakizashi. Okay? And then in the center of the room, as I said, there's a lot of very expensive looking leather furniture. So, Julian walks into the penthouse first. He is flanked by his two security guards. The security guards take up positions around the front door facing into the penthouse. Okay? Julian walks in. He directly walks over to where the bar is, opens up a cupboard, pulls out a glass, pulls out some liquor, pours it into a glass, and proceeds to start shooting what's in the glass. Every so often, he just looks around and goes, waste of my time. So,
Well, you can leave now. We're good on our own.
oh, he looks at you and he goes, oh, the thief would like that, wouldn't she? I'm here so long as you're here. I'll be damned if...
Well, you're so reluctant to be here. You can go.
I'm reluctant to have...
So we can do our job.
I'm reluctant to have two amateurs waste my time. So you're here, do your investigating, fuck off, and go away. He
did it. He definitely did it.
He takes the drink.
I know.
He takes
the pushback, man.
He takes the drink, he takes the bottle, and he goes and he sits down on one of the leather couches and he just pour drink. So, guys, the penthouse at this point is yours to explore. By all means,
I want a drink first of all.
You want a drink?
The bar?
Okay.
First thing I'm going to do is check the data jack for any physical
No
hacks,
drink
modifications.
No
I'm
drink
not
first?
drinking any. You don't touch anything.
Okay,
All right.
So hold on. You're going, so to be clear, I want to make sure I understand the order here. Mavis, are you actually going to go and get a drink, or are you going to start looking around this penthouse?
No, I guess I'll forgo the drink and go look around that, penthouse and see what fits in the
good
pocket.
Stuff is to pick up.
Oh, okay. So, technically, the only people in this penthouse right now are the two of you and Julian. The two security guards are standing on opposite sides of the door at this point, okay? So, technically, Mavis, if you want to go exploring, you can. Edward is headed directly towards the desk, is what he said. So, in terms of turn order, okay, you both have the same clever, okay? So, you guys can determine who is going to go first in this scenario. Is Mavis going to take action first, or is Edward?
Let Mavis take action first.
Okay.
Let Mavis do it because you're the distraction. If Julie keeps an eye on you, then I could do shit without Julie noticing.
Okay, so Mavis, what are we doing here?
All right,
Accidentally
so
spill
I'm gonna
booze.
walk around.
Check the liquor cabinet. Play with the knives, right? Accidentally spill some booze, that kind of stuff. So that Julie is busy staring at you, so that I can go and actually fuck with the jack.
But if Julie is staring at me, then I can't pick anything.
Yeah, that's it. Show Julie some legs and see if.
Oh,
Well, maybe Julie's into
I gotta
boys.
walk out with some.
Never know.
You will. I don't care what he's into. I want to see what fits in the pocket.
Okay, so is that what you're doing? You're walking around the
Ah,
penthouse?
the mission. It's all about the mission.
Oh, shush.
Okay.
So you know what? I'll do a combination while he's
Why
putting back his
steal
drinks.
physical trinkets when you can take billions in digital currency?
Okay, because I'm not a hacker. You're not gonna share with me, and
Of course I'll
I
share
can
with you.
always make. I don't think so.
Why
I
not?
don't even know you. I don't know you, man.
Okay, so fine.
I mean, if you share, that would be great. But I need to have my safety. A backup plan of something, and I'm sure there's something in here that is, valuable and small.
That's fine. So let me be clear on this. Are you walking around the penthouse looking for stuff to stick in your pocket?
That and create a distraction as well. It's I'll do a combination of both.
Okay, so
So
are you walking around the main seating area where the desk and the bar are, or are you headed towards the hallway where the other bedrooms appear to be?
well, I'm gonna start with the main desk to see where what I could find there. Okay, so yes, here's the plan. I'm going to the desk, open drawers, whatever, see what fits in the pocket, and then after that, I can start walking into the other bedrooms, and that's where Julian is probably going to freak out because I'm going into other parts of the penthouse and he's going to follow me. That's my distraction. So Eduardo here can do his hacking,
Okay,
and
so
he better share his billions.
okay, so here's what's going to happen. The first thing I want you
Okay.
to do, so you've walked over to the desk, okay? I want you to
Mhm.
give me a clever roll, please.
Okie dokie. Clever. Oh, wow. Nice. So, just to go on record, this is unheard of for me.
Okay, so what's your
I have 4 pluses, and my clever is 2, so 6.
fantastic?
My clever is 6 right now.
All right, so not only
So I'm a genius. What am I gonna do now?
okay, as soon as you walk around that desk, the very first thing that catches your attention is 2
Okay.
pictures sitting on the desk. Okay?
Oh,
the pictures are in opposite corners of the desk.
Right,
One-
facing in.
One
Okay.
picture is
Mhm.
of the now deceased Jakar Bao, all smiles on his face, with his
Mhm.
arm wrapped around a young girl. Okay? This picture appears to be fairly old, so it is safe
Probably
for
Samantha.
it is safe for you to assume that picture is Samantha. You will also notice that standing next to him in that picture with Samantha is a very rigid looking
Julian.
young man. He does not have the same smile on his face that his sister does. So Chikara has one arm around Samantha like this, on her stomach at the front. She's got a big smile on her face. He's got a big smile on his face. His other arm is around the young man, who you can now assume is Julian, and Julian is standing there as rigid as a flagpole. Okay?
So daddy issues.
Now, the other picture on the desk is much, much older than the first picture you found. It is a very serious, distinguished looking Asian gentleman. Okay? This gentleman is seated behind a desk. You can see that when this picture was taken, this was not planned. He's sitting there at the desk like this, and when the picture was taken, he was like, those two pictures are the first two things that catch your attention. Now, I'm actually going to compel an aspect on you. I'm going to compel your trouble. Biting off more than you can chew. You can take a fate point for this. You are going to want to pick those pictures up, and you're going to want to ask questions.
Hold on.
A, who's the old fogey, and B, you know what happened, Julie?
Exactly.
Did you shite yourself?
No, I can be so much more direct. Julian, were you and your dad not close? You don't seem too happy in this picture.
What makes you think that's me?
Well, who else would it be? It's your dad with your sister.
Someone who wasn't wanted, someone who wasn't loved. Yes, that's me and my sister and the old man. See, what you don't understand is that my sister and I are actually twins. We were born mere minutes apart. However, my sister's entrance to this world was one of joy. My entrance to this world was one of sorrow. My mother did not survive.
Why?
My mother did not survive the birth of myself and my sister. And well, that bitter old man never held it against my sister. He had no problem making me understand as I was growing up that I was the reason my mother was dead.
Oh, harsh.
So who's the other picture?
The other picture, who's the old man?
So if you asked me if my father and I were not close, let's just say I don't shed many tears off the old man's death.
I see. So did you have a helping hand?
Julian looks at you and he says, "Fuck you," as he pours another drink and takes another swig. He says, "I'll be damned if I'm going to be questioned about whether or not I killed my father by someone who's really nothing more than the hired help. Again, I said we should sell him for the spare parts he's worth. You're worthless. You've robbed almost every corp. You've robbed almost every corp on this planet blind, and my sister gives you a free pass because you currently serve a purpose. Fuck you." And again, pours a drink and takes another swig.
Okay. Well, not you.
So, that was the response you got about the picture of Julian and Samantha with their father. You do still have
the other picture.
Exactly.
Okay, so who is the old gentleman?
That is Tatseo Bao. That is my grandfather. That is the man that charted a course for prosperity for this corp through the corp wars. That is the man that created everything that we are today. That is the man that ultimately has left what should have been my birthright. Pours a drink, swag.
Oh yeah, he did it.
Yeah, no kidding, huh? Oh, the pushback?
Oh yeah. So,
but That's okay. Let him deny it because that's costing them more money, huh?
So I am going to
Time is money.
I am going to tell you that you have both discovered one of Julian's aspects already. Okay, so this is a fact. You've already confirmed it. Julian has daddy issues. Okay, there is no doubt about it. Julian has daddy issues. Okay, he is a self-entitled, little bastard with daddy issues. Just keep that in mind. So, you've now discovered who the two people are in those pictures. Okay, you're standing behind this desk. Now, you said that you want to start going through drawers, correct?
Yes.
Okay, so at this point, Julian isn't even paying attention to you. He's pour, drink, pour, drink. One thing you get the impression of right now is that for how fast he's pouring these drinks and, pounding them back, either Julian's about to get really, really drunk, or Julian has a very high constitution for alcohol. It's one of the two. So, there are 6 drawers on this desk. Okay?
Okay. Yeah.
Three on each side. I'm going to ask you to give me a careful row for each of the drawers that you are going through. Okay, so...
Okay, so 6 rolls.
Yep, start with row number 1.
Roll number 1. Okay, so it's a -1. My careful is a 2, so I'm at 1 for the first roll.
Okay.
So I find nothing?
No, Julian hears you open the drawer. He looks up.
Oh.
Shakes his head. Pour.
Okay, I thought there was going to be more consequences to him seeing me, but I guess he doesn't care.
I will tell you.
Or maybe he's already had dropped.
I'm going to tell you right now, what you find in that drawer is just a whole bunch of papers. It's all corporate documents, okay?
So I'm not going to find a piece of jewelry that was meant for Samantha?
I'm not saying anything. All I'm going to tell you is the first drawer had nothing but corporate documents in it. And
the first drawer.
And I will remind you that Samantha has previously told you that in a digital society, her father, Jakar, was very old-fashioned. So he always wanted everything in paper format. So just keep that in mind. So that's what you found in the first drawer. Next drawer. Careful row.
Oh, wow. Again, it's a -1. So my careful is a 1.
Again, Julian looks up. He hears the drawer open. Shakes his head. You hear him mutter, "Fucking waste of time." Pour, drink.
Okay, roll 3. Come on. What the heck? Okay. I rolled a 0. Sorry. Yeah, so clever is 2. I'm still at 2.
So it's a careful, not a clever, right?
Oh. Sorry. Careful. Yes. They're both at 2 anyway. So yes, I'm at...
So what did you get?
So my total is 2 right now.
So you got a 2. Okay. So.
Yes.
Julian doesn't seem to have paid attention to where you are at this point. As you open the bottom drawer in that row, you don't find anything other than more corporate documents in there. However, you do hear some grumbling from the other side of the desk. It almost sounds like a hushed whispering, but you can't make out what it is. Edward, as Mavis is going through the bottom drawer of that desk, what you will notice, actually, give me a clever roll, please, before I tell you this.
Clever 2 + 1.
Perfect. So you will see this, okay? Mavis has got down on her knees to pull open the bottom drawer of the first row of drawers in that desk. When she kind of disappears behind the desk, Julian's mid-pour. And he looks up and he realizes that he can't see her anymore. And he kind of does this, as if he's trying to look around the desk. And then he doesn't really motion at anyone, but he turns to look in the other direction towards the door where the two guards are standing right now. Okay? And then he just sort of continues to pour and takes another drink. Now, at this point, this bottle is empty. He stands up, takes the glass and the bottle, walks over to the bar, drops the empty bottle on top of the bar, reaches into the cupboard, and pulls out another bottle.
He should take two.
Okay.
Save himself another trip back.
Okay, so Mavis, first set of 3 drawers, there was nothing but corporate documents in them. So, are we going through the next set of drawers?
Yeah.
Okay, you're starting at the top drawer on the other side of the desk, okay?
Yep.
I want you to give me a clever row. Not a careful, a clever.
Oh, okay. So I just rolled before you said to make it a clever roll. Can I use that roll?
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. So I got 2. So I'm at 4 for my clever.
Fantastic. So, before you even open the drawer, you go to put your hand on the top of the desk to support yourself as you go to pull these drawers open, because they're heavy. On the right-hand side of the desk, which is the side that you're now about to go through the drawers of, okay?
Okay, yeah.
Built into the top of the desk is the data jack that Jacquard Bell was jacked into when he shot himself. Okay?
Mm-hmm.
When you put your hand on the data jack, you feel a cold sensation in the palm of your hands. Not the type of feeling that you would expect to feel when your hand touches a data jack. It's almost a greasy feeling that you are getting as you put your hand on the top of the desk.
Like there's a substance on the jack itself?
Exactly, like there is a substance. Now,
okay.
Edward, give me a clever roll, please.
Kill. Okay.
Never mind.
So what's that give you at this point?
You wanted a clever?
Yep.
5.
Perfect. So you're going to notice this very quickly. Mavis has put her hands on the top of the desk. You don't know exactly what she's done. From where you're standing right now, she's standing there. She's got her hands on the top of the right-hand side of the desk. She's about to pull open the top drawer on the right-hand side. When she puts her hand down on the top of the desk, she kind of stops for a minute, and she does this with her hand as if, there's something on the palm of her hand. You will notice very quickly that Julian, who is mid-pour on the first drink from the second bottle, saw her do this. He has stopped, he's turned around, he's put both the glass and the bottle down on the counter behind him, okay? Now, you will see 2 things happen, and they both happen at exactly the same time. Julian puts his hand on top of the scabbard of the katana on top of the sword rack. The swords are running parallel, so you have the katana and the wakizashi. He puts his hand on the scabbard at the top of the katana. He also looks towards the two guards at the door, and you see him do this.
Mm-hmm.
Okay? You did see it.
Okay.
Okay? At that point, you are now in a position where if you feel like you want to do something, you can, or you can wait and see what happens next.
Well, at this point, I'd have to pull out the P90.
Not a bad idea.
And pull out the P90, rack it.
Okay, out comes the gun. Alright, so Mavis.
Okay. Yes.
You're standing at the desk, okay?
Yep.
You will see the situation play out as follows. Julian is standing at the bar. You put your hand on top of the desk. You end up touching the data jack that his father was jacked into. You discover there's an oily, slimy substance coating the top of the data jack. You're doing this immediately catches Julian's attention. He takes the glass in his hand and the bottle that he's pouring from. He puts them down. He puts his hand on top of the scabbard of the katana that is directly in front of him. And at the same time, he looks towards the two guards standing at the front door. He motions for them to come into the apartment. He then lifts the katana up, grabs the hilt of the sword, pulls it out from the scabbard, tosses the scabbard aside, turns around, points the sword at you specifically, and he says, I knew involving you assholes was going to lead to no good. He looks at the guards and he says, kill them both now and we'll figure out what to tell Samantha later. At this point, the two guards reach into their coats and they pull out semi-automatic firearms. You also see Edward reach into his coat and pull out a P90 looking weapon. Okay? Now, the guards have a higher force foe than yourself, Edward, and Julian, so they will get to go first. This is combat, okay? One guard takes a look at you, takes aim, and opens fire. The other guard takes aim and opens fire on Edward. Now, we're gonna do this. We're gonna do it this way. So I want you to row to defend against the shots that this guard is going to take at you at the desk. If you have a stunt that you can use, then you can use that stunt to try and evade. Okay? So, the guard's force foe is a free. He opens fire. He, isn't getting anything other than the free. Do you have a stunt that you can use?
Well, I have a stunt that gives me +2 to my forceful when I'm defending myself, but I'm using batons, and that's not going to withstand. Are you going
to swap
firepower? Yeah, I know. Like Wonder Woman with her metal.
Is there another stunt that you can figure out a way to explain how you would evade these bullets?
The only other one that I can think of is my eagle eye, so it's careful. So basically,
the moment they bust the door, you know something's up, and you dive under the table.
Pretty much, yeah, because I see that and dive. We take shelter before they start firing.
All right, and that eagle eye gives you 50/20 vision. It's an implant.
Yes.
So you can see at 50 feet what other people have to be at 20 feet to see. That's fine. So I'll give you that. So if you want to use your careful as a stunt to try and evade being hit, row it.
Yes. Okay, so my careful is 2. This stunt gives me a +2. I'm already at 4.
Yep.
Do I need to roll for? Okay.
Yeah, roll it. Just for the hell of it. Let's see what you end up getting.
Okay, so my roll is a -2, unfortunately. That takes me back to a 2. So do I evade? Do I hide?
So, Edward, do you want to assist Mavis here?
Yeah, I don't think I have a choice. Otherwise, she's going to be a a pincushion.
Oh,
All right.
Okay, so here's how.
Very kind, thank you.
Here's how assisting her works. Okay, you're giving up your action for this turn. She gets a +1 to her row, which ties her with the guard. Okay, that opened fire on her. As far as I'm concerned, what we're basically going to say with this tie is that neither one of them got exactly what they wanted, okay? You need to explain to me what you're going to do to help her, and then I will explain to you how this plays out.
Okay. Well, since I've got subdermal armor and I'm bulletproof, it's gonna suck, but I'm bulletproof.
Nice, huh?
I can dive in front of you, take the rounds that are supposed to hit you.
Okay.
I just gotta protect the face, right? Not the face, anything but the face.
Oh, okay. So you throw your, so you lunge in front of the guard that's shooting at her.
Yes.
Okay. So here's what happens. You lunge in front of the guard that's shooting at her to, protect her from getting gunned down. The guard pulls the trigger, and the gun goes click, 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 click. The gun jammed.
Yeah, that's a really shiny gun.
Yeah, the gun jammed.
Oh, that's funny.
The guard, he's pulling the trigger, the damn thing jammed, he flings it up in the air and he screams, "Motherfucking piece of shit!" And you see him, shaking it as if shaking it is somehow gonna dislodge. Yeah, exactly. Now, in the meantime, you've got the other guard and Julian to contend with. Now, the other guard took aim directly at you, Edward. Okay? He's about to open fire on you. So, what I'm going to ask you to do is I'm going to roll his forceful. His forceful is also a free plus whatever I get. If you have a stunt that allows you to somehow incorporate this, you can. Otherwise, I'm going to ask you to give me a quick roll to try and evade, okay?
Okay, quick is 3 plus 1, 4.
Okay. Wow, believe it or not, he also rolled a 4, so the two of you tied. And unbelievably, his gun also jammed.
These guys don't do maintenance on their guns, man.
Wow, apparently not. So Julian watches both of these guns jam. He looks at disgust at these two guards who are incapable of carrying out even what he views as a simple execution. He screams at them, "You good-for-nothing, useless motherfuckers." And then he lunges across the back of the couch that is directly in front of the bar that he was standing at. And he takes a swing at the first person he can reach with the katana that he is now armed with. Now, Julian's forceful is a 2. Julian gets a +2 to using all handheld weapons as a stunt because Julian is a highly skilled martial artist. The first person that he takes a swing at is Edward because he is the closest person to him.
Oh.
Now, Julian gets his +2 for his forceful, which means Julian is now a 4. Okay? Julian is going to roll to hit Edward. If Edward has a stunt that he can use to evade this, he is welcome to do so. Or an aspect that he wants to invoke, that is also an option. Okay? All you have
bulletproof.
Well, there's an aspect. Okay? Otherwise,
Oh, you're all set.
Otherwise, the rolls are going to be simple. Julian is going to roll his forceful against Edward's quick to evade. Okay? So there's that. Now, we already know that Edward is bulletproof, so unless Julian swings for the head, which he might, okay?
Bulletproof!
Even the head?
Wow.
Okay.
Subdermal armor is actually listed as a aspect on his character sheet.
From head to toe?
Well, hey man, there's a reason the courts want to get. There's a reason the courts want to get their hands on him. They want to dissect his ass and see if this is something they can mass produce. Okay, so Julian's rowing his forceful. Okay, Julian's row. Wow, that kind of sucks. Julian actually ended up getting a 2.
Okay.
So he basically negated his own stunt. This sword just goes whoosh.
My quick is 3.
Okay.
Okay.
So you also end up with a 2. Okay.
No, well, I have a quick of 3.
Oh, yeah,
A quick 3 plus 0.
Yeah.
So 3.
That's right. Okay. All right. So Julian's sword, the katana, hits you. Okay. What part of body does Julian's sword hit you on, Edward?
Wait, so I got a 3, he got a 2?
Yeah.
And he hit me?
Yeah, I was actually miscounting as well. He got a 3. It's a tie.
Okay.
Anyways, that's fine. Hear me out here. So
Somebody has to go back to counting school.
Yeah, obviously.
Okay, where's he hit you with the sword?
Okay, yeah, I mean, I've got the P90 style firearm here. Block him like that.
Okay, so
You know.
so he hits your arm?
Yeah.
Okay. Here's a question for you. So this is a tie. Okay, so technically neither one of you is going to get what you want. He wanted to kill you. He ended up missing. Obviously, you wanted to avoid any damage. You end up taking a little bit of damage, right? It hits your skin. Maybe it cuts the skin, but it doesn't ultimately take off the limb because of the subdermal armor. At this point, if you want to spend the fate point, and this is up to you, you can invoke an aspect against Julian. You just have to tell me how you want to invoke the aspect, but it will cost you a fate point. So right now, he's a highly skilled martial artist and he gets a plus in combat with handheld weapons. The only weapon he has in his hand right now is that katana. You also know, and this has been previously revealed, Julian got daddy issues.
Yeah.
So you can either go, yeah, he hit me, whatever, or if you want to spend a fate point and invoke an aspect, go for it.
Well, you know what? I don't think he should have that knife. Really.
So?
He shouldn't have that knife.
He hit you in the arm with it. What happens to the knife when it hits his arm?
Well, I mean, like, I'm just gonna grab the knife with the other hand and break it.
Okay, so tell me how you're gonna do it. So he takes a swing at you with the katana. You grab. Okay, so you're snapping it with your forearm, right?
No. It comes down. I block it with a forearm.
Okay.
Right. I'm just gonna take this hand and just go.
So you're snapping it.
Yeah.
Okay, spend the fate point.
Fate point spent.
Okay.
Down to 2.
So Julian gasps in shock, and he proceeds to quickly scurry backwards towards the door. So we're on to the next round of combat now. Okay, the guards are going to go.
Right.
The guards are going to go first because they have the higher force fall. Then Julian is going to go, and then between you and Edward, the two of you can decide in what order you want to take your actions. So, the guards, by the way, keep in mind, we stated this at the beginning of this particular encounter, were not hired for their intelligence. They were hired for their brutality.
Yes, twiddly-dum and twiddly-dumber.
Pretty much. So, the guards have spent the last 10 seconds trying to unjam the weapons that they tried to kill the two of you with. Okay?
It's easy to unjam a gun.
Yeah, it is, generally speaking, but again, not hired for their smarts. So one guard has been doing this, actually shaking it, trying to unjam it. Finally, he got fed up, and you heard him scream, "Stupid piece of shit," as he threw it across the room. He then reaches into the back of his coat and draws out two daggers, okay? This guy wants to go old school with these daggers now, okay? The other guy, he's actually managed to unjam his gun. So to be very clear in the positioning of these guards, the guard that managed to unjam his gun is the one that was trying to take out Edward. The one that decided to go hand to hand is the one that was trying to take out Mavis. So, now, Mavis, the guard that tried to shoot you is coming at you from across the room with two daggers in his hand. He's determined to go hand to hand with you now, okay?
Okay, bring it on, baby. I have a stunt for that.
Okay, so.
Just shoot him. Done.
I don't have a gun.
Sorry,
I don't
Why
have a
don't
gun.
you have a gun?
You may want
Because I'm a thief.
you may want
I don't want to kill.
Yeah, you may want to disclose your distaste for taking another human life to the person you're working with. You're about to see this.
Yeah, I don't like killing people, by the way. So.
Why not?
But I have.
Okay.
Because I steal things. I don't kill people. Okay, I'm a thief.
Okay. So.
Okay, so am I engaged in combat right now with this guy, or am I just waiting?
Well,
you're on the other side of a freaking desk.
So. His force foe, to be very clear on this, is a free. Okay. He's going to lunge. Okay. He's ran across the room with the knives in his hands. He is going to lunge across the desk at you, and he's actually going to try and just impale you with both of the daggers. Okay? So.
Okay.
You do have a stunt for this. You've said so yourself. So remind us what that stunt is.
Okay, so I get a +2 in forcefully defending myself with 2 extendable batons.
And what are those batons?
So
what are those batons made out of? I need to know how, shall we say, indestructible those things are.
But isn't one of your hands greasy with some of that weird shite?
Yeah.
I wiped it up on my clothes.
That's fine. I need to know what those batons are made out of. Are they metal? Are they titanium?
They're metal. Well, okay, what's stronger? Titanium?
Oh, yeah.
I think would be strong, like one of the strongest metals. Okay, then they're titanium and they're extendable.
That's fine.
So out
row,
come the batons.
His row.
Fully extended.
His row is a 4. That's his total number. You have to evade with a 4 or higher.
Okay, so
Yeah, we're doomed.
so my first. Oh, let me try. So my first one is one. This thing gives me a +2, so I'm at a 3. And now I need to roll. Come on, baby. Roll, baby, roll.
And we lost her.
Okay. So I'm. So if I'm still at 3, that
Yeah.
means
Oh well. It was so nice having a thief
well,
in the party,
I'm
right?
not having this. But anyway,
Your audio's your audio's hey, your audio's chopping up again.
okay, now I can hear you.
So the guard lunges across the desk at you with these 2 daggers with the intention of impaling you through the shoulders with them. Okay? His row was a 4. Okay?
Okay, and I ended up with a 3.
You ended up with a 3?
Yeah, because I've got my forceful is 1, my stunt is a +2, and my roll was a 0.
Okay.
Unless I can spend a fate point to roll again.
Can you think of an aspect that you can invoke that you can use to your advantage right now?
Well, the only other aspect or stunt,
Aspect.
because the okay, not a stunt.
You're standing behind a wooden desk. Next to you is a big ass leather chair.
Hide behind the chair, so he goes into the leather chair first.
Are you gonna invoke that as an aspect?
Yes. Do I have a choice?
You do. Okay.
Or the other alternative, since I've already used my eagle eye and I saw what was happening, as soon as the first attempt happened and, you know, Eduardo, you jumped in front of me, I just pulled out my batons right away and had them, you know, ready for the next set of combat because it wasn't going to end.
Okay, so the question of your batons being out isn't an issue because we're just going we're going to assume that you said you pulled them out, This is strictly about you evading the knives. That's all this is about, evading the knives. So, I'll give you a couple scenarios here. You're standing next to a desk with, you know, pictures on the desk and a big leather chair next to you. If you want to explain how you can invoke an aspect to avoid being impaled through the shoulders with these knives, you can. That's one option. Another option is you can spend the fate point to you can spend the fate point and re-roll that.
Okay.
Okay.
So if I invoke an aspect, is that also gonna cost me a fate point or no?
Yes, it is.
Okay, so it doesn't matter what I do, it's going to cost me a fate point of some sort.
Yes, it is.
Okay, that's fine. So I'm going to invoke an aspect where I'm going to take the leather chair, turn it around so that this guard gets his daggers into the back of the chair, and the seat of the chair is going to be sort of my
your shield?
Safety distance or cushion. Like it's a safety distance between the back of the chair that's gonna get the daggers and me.
Okay, so then we are going to say those batons did not come out if you're using the chair as a shield.
Well, I guess so, yeah.
Okay, fine. Spend the fate point. And you grab the chair as this guy goes to lunge across the desk and impale you with these two knives, and you flip the chair kind of on an angle so when those knives come down they end up in the back of this chair. Okay? Now,
right.
That is your action. Okay? Fair enough?
Okay, yeah.
Okay. We'll come back to that. Edward, so this other guard with the gun
Shoot him in the nuts.
has managed to unjam the gun. He's now fully intent on shooting you. Again, they were not hired for their brains, so the fact that you snapped a katana in half, he's just not getting what he's dealing with, okay? So, his force foe, I'm just going to confirm this one more time. His force foe is a 3. So, unless you have an aspect or a stunt you want to invoke right now, we're going to say your roll to evade this is a quick roll, okay?
Okay.
Okay, and he does not get any advantages to that free, so it's a free, plain and simple.
Okay. Well, my quick is 3 plus 1.
Okay, so tell me how you evade this. You definitely evade it, so just tell me what you do.
Grab his buddy and use him as a human shield.
You mean the one that is trying, trying to impale Mavis right now?
Yep.
Yep, that's fine. You can do that, absolutely. So you quickly turn around, you grab his buddy, and you fling him in front of you as this guy opens fire. There's no doubt about it. He put enough rounds into this guy that he
dead.
he ain't walking away from this. Okay. So Julian witnesses all this play out. He watches Edward grab the guy that tried to impale Mavis with 2 knives and quickly fling him around and use him as a human shield. The guy that shot the other guard has just killed the guard that was trying to kill Mavis. Julian sees all of this play out. He was already scurrying backwards towards the door, and at this point, Julian has ran. By the time the two of you, turn around to address where the hell Julian is, Julian's gone. He's completely exited the penthouse. Okay. You are left with Mavis standing on one side of the desk. You've got a dead guard on the floor, and you've got the other guard who is still standing there packing his assault rifle. Okay? Now, at this point, you two are now able to proceed with your actions. Who is going first? Who is doing what?
I guess I can finish looking through the drawers because I was interrupted.
Okay, keep in mind there's still one guard there with a gun. Okay, so are you going to continue looking?
But he's still...
There's one...
Okay, so...
Yeah.
Sorry, there's one guard with a jammed gun, and he's still working on it.
No, that gun's not jammed. That guard's the one that shot the one that was trying to stab you. That gun's working.
Oh, okay, never mind. Okay, well, how about this? Edward, since you're the one with the working gun and bulletproof, why don't you go take him out while I finish looking through the drawers? And then you can come and check the jack.
How about you go after Julian, and I take care of the last thug?
I'm not a bodyguard. I'm not a wrestler. I'm a thief. Why would I go after Julian on my own?
Okay, fine. I'll go first. All right.
Well, you take care of the gun guy.
Take care of the gun guy.
Wow.
Right.
Wow.
Wow. Take care of the
Well, you're the bulletproof dude.
Take care of the gun guy.
Seriously. Apparently,
Sure.
Apparently you weren't hired for your brains either.
Okay.
Well, I wasn't hired for muscle at all. Like,
so
come on.
Apparently Edward Mavis wants you to go first, so
Okay.
you've got this guy in front of you who's still packing that assault rifle, and Julian has now fled.
It's not an assault rifle. He said it was a semi-automatic.
Oh, either way, whatever. He's fled.
No.
Yes,
no.
I
You
know
must
it.
know your terminology.
Yeah, whatever. Fine. His semi-automatic, which he's now plugged several rounds into his compatriot with, and Julian has ran like hell. What do you do?
Well, something fast, obviously. So, all right. The first thing to do is charge him, slam, like Twiddledum and Twiddledummer together, and disarm him. Break his hands. It's fine. He doesn't need them.
Sure. Yeah.
Okay, so this is the one guard in there that still has the gun. Okay.
Yep. Well, the other guy's dead, right?
Exactly. So, you know what? You're not gonna have many issues doing that. So here's what we're gonna say. It's gonna be your forceful against the guard's quick. The guard's quick, by the way, is a 2. Okay.
Well, it's a 2 and 2.
So, actually, the guard ends up with a 1. So, unless your forceful is lower than that, you're going to have no problem taking him down. Oh, yeah. So, tell me how this plays out. So, you tackle him. What happens?
No, I don't tackle. I throw dead guy at him.
Okay.
While the guy's trying to get dead guy off of him, that's when I hit him.
Okay.
Take him down, break his arms and legs, and then out the door to follow Julie.
Okay. He shrieks in absolute.
Yeah, whatever.
Okay, so that's your turn. So we're gonna say that your one action this turn was to take this guard with the gun out. So Mavis, you see Edward pick up the still warm corpse of the guard that tried to carve you up like a Christmas turkey, fling it across the room, and it collides with the guard that is still armed with a semi-automatic weapon. It collides with a very loud thump, causing the guard to stumble backwards and fall onto his back. Before he has the ability to push the body off of him or do anything else, Edward quickly moves across the room and renders him immobile by breaking both of his arms and legs.
Okay.
You hear a very loud shriek of agony. Okay? Now, it is your turn. What do you do?
Well, the second bodyguard more or less rendered useless. I can continue looking through the drawers.
You're right.
I'm determined.
That's fine.
We're in the middle of a fight.
Yeah,
I'm a thief.
that's fine.
You just killed the second guard. I have no threat around me.
Down, interrogate, find out where Julie could have gone.
Yeah, those are your options.
Fine.
Okay, so what are you doing here?
Okay, so is the other guard now? Does he have to be restrained, or he's just?
Ah, he's lying on the floor, thriving in agony. He's had both his arms and legs shattered like that.
Oh, okay. So how exactly are you going to interrogate someone who's more focused on his pain and nothing else?
Wow. I can think
Poke
of
the wounds.
Yeah, I can think of a few ways.
Just go, oh, does this hurt? Tell me what I want to know, or I'll do this again.
So what do you want to do here?
I guess I'll help Mr. Eduardo interrogate now.
Okay, so you make your way across to this guard who has tears streaming down his face at this point. This was not what he expected when he woke up this morning. Walk me through,
Cry like a baby?
walk me through your questioning. Yeah, usually he's the one inflicting agony, not receiving it. So walk me through it.
Okay. So first, I'll just start asking him, where would Julian have gone?
Okay.
Why? Let me think. Does he know anything about the murder? Is there anything,
Okay, so
worthwhile?
okay,
No.
so ask your questions, but one at a time. So
Okay. Yeah.
you're talking to the guard. How is this going down?
Yo, where did your boss go?
I don't know.
You know your boss, Julian, that just fled like a little cheerleader. Where did he go?
I don't know.
What do you mean you don't know?
I don't
You must know. You go with him everywhere. Where does he go when he's scared? What do you mean? Okay, you know what? Maybe I'll help you remember.
Okay.
Oh, okay, no, I'm gonna use my baton. Okay, I'm not touching that wound with
So what are you
my
doing?
hands.
Okay.
I'm taking my baton.
So you've taken
You're beating a broken man.
Welcome to marriage, folks.
Beating a broken man. Oh my god.
I'm not beating him.
Okay.
I'm just
With a
putting
baton.
pressure.
Okay.
I'm putting a pressure on his wounds. I don't want to use my fingers.
Oh, okay. So
Okay.
So fine. You put pressure on the wound. He shrieks in even more agony. He
So
cries.
do you remember now?
Okay. He cries out, "I'm just the hired help. I'll tell you whatever you want to know."
Then spill your guts. Where did your boss go? Where does he go when he's scared?
Edward's already helped him spill his guts. Okay, so.
Well, his other guts.
Okay, so listen. I'm gonna cut right to the chase on this. You basically poke away at him with your batons until he shrieks in agony and screams that he'll tell you whatever you want to know. All right, so over the next 5 minutes, you're poking away at this guy with your baton, and he's shrieking in agony as he spills his guts. And what he tells you over the course of the next 5 to 10 minutes is that there was a conspiracy taking place between Julian Bell, Digicom, and a yet unnamed third megacorp. Okay? What he knows is that Jacquard Bell became aware that very large sums of money were being funneled from an Ally Corp bank account to Digicom. He doesn't know why the money was being sent to Digicom, neither did Jacquard Bell. What he does know is that Digicom became concerned, and between them and the other megacorp, they provided Julian with the means in which to eliminate his father. The meeting that was held on the Saturday morning that Jacquard Bell took his own life was the prelude required to convincing him to kill himself. The guard does not know how Julian accomplished it. All he knows is that under no circumstances could Jacquard miss this meeting. And that's all he knew. So that's what he tells you over the course of the next 5 to 15 minutes. Okay? So where do we go from here, Mavis?
Okay. Okay, and we still don't have a potential location for Julian.
Nope, he has no clue where Julian would have gone.
Okay, does he have a cell phone on him? I'm assuming he does.
Well, I mean,
And let's get his cell phone number and use Mr. a walking Wi-Fi to ping it.
So within.
Is that all I am to you? Just a
Yes.
portable hotspot?
Well,
Alright,
apparently you are.
so
And I'm gonna take advantage of that. So let's do it.
I mean, it's been a couple hundred years since cell phones have even been a thing at this point. So,
Oh, there's no cell phone.
if he had a cell phone, he probably stole it from some retro museum or something. Everything would be done via online access. So, really, Edward could try and somehow track Julian down online if he chose to do so. Otherwise, your other breadcrumb here is the fact that Julian was in league with Digicom. Now, I'll remind you that Edward has already tried to hack Digicom's servers, and what he was able to learn before getting kicked out of the server was strictly that there was reference to an Ally Corp bank account
Seattle.
in Seattle,
Seattle.
Washington. Exactly. And the reference was, Ally Corp, the bank account number, Seattle, Washington, 7th floor. That's all you know. And that's from Edward snooping around the Digicom.
Actually, we came to the penthouse for Edward to check the jack, and I don't know if that's out the window now or if the fact that it had greasy stuff on it, like we don't even know what that greasy stuff is. And then we go to Seattle.
Well, I'll
That's my
tell
take on
you
it.
right now that
Okay?
this guy that you keep poking with that titanium baton has no clue what the substance was on the jack. All he knows is that between Digicom and an unnamed third corporation, they provided Julian with the means in which to remove Jakar permanently as a problem, okay? And that it was imperative that Julian ensure that Jakar was at that meeting on that Saturday morning. Okay, but the guard that you're questioning right now doesn't have any idea what that greasy substance is. Again, he was hired for the brute strength, not the brains.
Okay, so we know everything that we are gonna know from that individual.
Well, I'd say that's probably a fair assessment.
Okay, so Edward, why don't you finish?
I'm not in the room. I was chasing Julie down the stairs.
When did you leave after Julian? Must be part that I didn't hear.
Right after I broke dude's arms and legs.
All right. Well, I will tell you right now, Edward, that you never caught up with him.
Okay, fine.
By the time you got out of there, Julian was nowhere to be seen.
Okay.
You're back.
All right. Well, then I have okay, we have that substance on that jack. A, B. It's time for me to upload a video to Samantha. Bink,
Okay.
Because
That's fine. So you're going to upload. Well, actually, here's a question for you, because you wouldn't have been there for this line of questioning if you were chasing Julian. Okay, so the only video footage you have is of the two guards and Julian initiating this aggression. Okay, perfect. That's fine. So here's the one problem I see you encountering. At the beginning, when you were hired or extorted by Samantha Bell, she didn't provide you with a means of directly contacting her. She told you that Julian was your primary point of contact.
You can track anyone online.
I have her dad's jack.
Okay.
Right? I mean, there's got to be contact info for his daughter somewhere.
So are you actually going to jack in through the...
Hell no! Okay. I was investigating the jack to see if it had been doctored, obviously.
Well, there's definitely something that was on that jack.
Yeah, and someone took a handful of it and
Yep.
wiped it all over herself. It's,
Yep.
ah.
Okay, so walk me through this. This is now your action. How are you going to uh, figure out how to get this video footage to Samantha?
Okay, so very simple. The simplest thing is to just contact corporate and say, okay, I have an attachment that is very high priority. Chances are they've got people who are basically set up to flag this shit
Okay,
because this is how corporates work.
that's fine. So you contact the corporate offices for Ally Corp, and you tell them that you have sensitive material for Samantha Bao.
Yep, eyes
And
only.
okay, and they ask you, sorry, are you contacting them via cyberspace?
No.
How are you contacting them?
Well, I mean, just a call.
Okay, so you contact.
I got Wi-Fi.
That's fine. So you contact them using old school VoIP. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Person comes on the line. You explain to them that you have sensitive eyes only material for Miss Bao. They ask you to hold for a moment. And about 2 minutes goes by, and then they come back and they say, I'm so sorry, Miss Bao is unavailable at this time. And before you can say another word, the line is disconnected.
Mm-hmm. Well, we have Daddy's office here,
Yep.
and he's old school, so he will have written down her contact info.
Mm-hmm.
So let's go look up the contact info.
Okay, so this is probably a good job for the thief to quickly
Hint, nudge, nudge.
quickly
Yes.
rummage through the
Rest of the
dwelling
drawers?
to see if you can find a way in which you can directly
Look
contact
for the
Samantha Bao.
Rolodex.
There you go.
Look for the Rolodex.
All right, so here's what I'm going to say to you there, Mavis.
Yeah.
At this point, your snooping from this point onwards is
Mhm.
all based on Clever Rose now. There's no one left in the apartment except this guard, which neither one of you has figured out or declared what you're doing with him yet. Okay, but
I said to finish him.
The one who
Edward,
doesn't
to
want to
finish.
kill anybody.
I find that
The one who's, he's saying finish him. What?
you know what?
See, I'm not the one doing the killing.
No.
No. You'd never stoop so low, dirty your hands.
Okay, I'm invoking an aspect on you right now. I'm invoking, and you can take the fate point. I'm invoking your trouble, biting off more than you can chew.
Oh.
You have decided that
Mhm.
this guard needs to be dealt with. You just told Edward to finish him, and Edward went, do it yourself. So, I'm invoking an aspect. I'm invoking your trouble, biting off more than you can chew. You've just earned a fate point, but now you need to finish him. He's a loose end. Figure it out. You leave this guy there, sooner or later someone's gonna find him.
Yeah, I know that.
Well, okay, we've just trashed this, office. Okay, hello?
Yeah, but we have a video to show that we didn't start it, so.
We
Anyway.
still trashed the office. Okay, wasn't me. I mean, I didn't really trash anything. But, these guys did.
Yeah, they did.
Try and
not
explain
us.
it without video evidence.
Yeah, I'm invoking that aspect. Biting off more than you can chew. Tell me exactly what you're going to do here. How are you addressing this issue?
Edward, help?
No. You want to finish him off, you can finish him off your own damn self. I haven't killed anyone today.
Fine, I'm not killing him either.
No, you've got
No.
you've got to deal with him.
You got to deal with him. You created this mess.
Yep, I'm
It's
actually.
your problem.
I didn't create any mess. What mess did I create?
You're the one who wiped your hand all over the freaking table, setting off, like Julian for some reason.
I
You're
was
the one who
looking
started
for
this mess.
drawers.
Oh, okay. I'm gonna let you off the hook here. I will not invoke that. I do not.
Oh,
take the
gee,
bait.
thanks.
However,
Okay.
I'm telling you right now, someone's got to do something with this guard. And on the subject of trashing this penthouse, keep in mind that at the very beginning, when you met with Samantha, she did make you aware that there were security feeds in this penthouse.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, so we don't really need evidence.
Your video. Your video.
The video is probably being recorded and sent off-site. So if there's recordings, sent off-site.
Yeah, so I mean, really,
Show.
the video or the recording that you took, Edward, it's an aspect. I let you invoke it. You spent the fate point. You're more than welcome to hold on to it. But unless someone tampers with the security footage in this apartment after the fact, there is other footage that will also be made available to someone.
Yeah. Well, corroboration, right?
Exactly. So,
yeah, corroborative evidence.
Here's what we have to decide on. Are you going to search this apartment to try and find a means of contacting Samantha Bell directly? Or are you making the move out of here and making a move towards the...
Contact Bell directly. Because, again, the biggest problem is that, again, her brother's on the loose and he's going to try and frame us for everything. So,
Perfect.
we got to short-circuit that as soon as we can.
All right. So, Edward has already tried the direct route and has tried to contact Samantha through the corporate offices. They've told him that she is unavailable. I'm going to tell our thief here to give me a clever roll.
Okay, what am I rolling for?
Well, you're rolling to see if you can find any means of contacting her as you relentlessly flip this penthouse upside down.
Okay. Let's see. So we're looking at my clever, right? Okay, and I've got a... So my clever is 1 after my roll.
Okay. That's after your roll?
That's after my roll, yes, that's the final...
We're doomed.
You don't find anything. There doesn't seem to be any means of contacting her that you can locate in this penthouse.
Okay, fine, not the penthouse, but what about that agenda? That had all kinds of
Give me another clever roll.
scribbles on it.
Give me another clever roll.
Let's see that. Oh, jeez. I'm a 5.
Okay. So, congratulations. You do find a digital security code, which Edward will recognize immediately as being a means of contacting Samantha for corporate meetings via cyberspace. So if her father had a scheduled meeting with her, he would have jacked in through his data jack, entered in this code, and it would have taken him into a secure setting for which they could conduct any business virtually. So you did find that written in the agenda, and Edward recognizes it immediately.
Okay. Jack in, leave a note. saying her brother was, we're pursuing evidence and leads, and leave all the evidence that we were attacked by her brother. Blah 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 blah.
Okay. So
check video feeds of the house.
All right. So you jack in. Basically, what this looks like when you jack in, Edward, is it looks like a virtual office. Okay, it's basically a table with 2 chairs. It's a virtual construct of an office. You have the means of uploading your digital file of this altercation to this office so that the next time Samantha enters the office, it will be there waiting for her. But beyond that, there's nothing there. Okay?
That's fine.
Okay, so you do that. So you do that, you jack up.
And as a warning that, she might be next, because her brother, Yep. Yeah.
Okay, so you've left all that information in this office. Now, Edward, do me a favor. Give me a clever roll.
2 + 3.
Fantastic. So as you jack out, you realize that without any direct means of contacting Samantha, it at this point is your words against Julian's. Until you can provide Samantha with the information you've now acquired, you may want to consider alternative means of transportation if your next step is to pay a visit to Digicom. Okay, maybe the Transmat corporate terminal may not be your best bet. That's all I'm saying. Okay, so folks, that is basically everything you're going to accomplish at this penthouse. So at this point, you need to let me know where you want to go next.
Australia to Seattle. Oh, great.
Okay.
Well, suborbital it is.